So we're back talking about Hasan Piker. That's right, we're back talking about him. This is still about the shocking collar incident with his dog Kaya. This is a very interesting tale because we have a bit more information, not specifically about the shot collar, but about what his friends are doing and how they're reacting to it. As you know, he did cuss out Moist Critical and say, "Oh man, Moist Critical, he can F off. He didn't message me." That was a whole thing there. That was a big situation where Hasan was a little bit upset about that and the fact that Moist Critical made that video about him. But also, we have Lily Pichu and Pokimane. They say, "Hey Taste Buds, this is a tough one to write, but want to give you all a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfold concerning our guest and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time. Our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is to create a space that is comfy, as always, and a true escape. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere we've all built together. Thank you for supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next week." Now, before I comment on this, I also want to comment on the Valkyrie situation, where she reached out to Asmongold about the flack she was getting for defending Hasan and how much anger she was getting for the situation, because Asmongold is very used to getting a lot of flack for his takes and how to deal with the drama. This may be one of the first instances where Valkyrie has to deal with an alarming amount of stuff. And then she backtracked because my fault for not being aware. Probably so hurtful and drunk. I think everyone, including myself, should be more aware of what's going on in the world. I'm not aware enough. I hear you guys. So very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. She reached out to Asmongold because Asmongold is a friend. It's somebody in the big content creator space. And I think the reason I want to bring this up and the reason I want to talk about this is because I'm a content creator, right? And I've noticed that I don't have a lot of friends that don't do content nowadays. A lot of my friends either want to do content or starting to do content, or a lot of my friends now, my main friend circle, are literally all content creators now, simply because when I get off work, I have to come back and do content. I need to talk to somebody or somebody that does content. My partner is a content creator. She makes content. She has 90,000 on Instagram and she has 300,000 on TikTok. That's her main job. That's what she does. I gotta talk about this isolation, this isolation of building a career in the world of professional personas, because we're all putting on personas. There's this lie of community in the content creation space. I know it. We all know it. We all willingly buy into it because the alternative, the stark, terrifying truth of the silence, is a bit too much to bear. The truth is, there are no friends in this industry. Not in the way you or anyone else you know understand the word. They're allies of convenience, collaborators of circumstance, and human shields against the algorithm's wrath. That's it. That's all there is. The foundation of every friendship is not shared experience or unconditional loyalty. It's a mutual, unspoken understanding of brand synergy or cross-promotional potential. For instance, all of offline TV, most of them are Asian. I believe all of them are Asian, realistically. That's mainly an Asian group. The WL community, they all feed off of each other. They're all in that same group of people. That's how it operates. Ludwig's people are all on that same network. They're all at the top. They're all doing that because we are not people. We are platforms shaking hands. And the moment the metrics dip or the audience sentiment sours, that handshake can and will be retracted. The primary poison I've discovered here is spinelessness, a pathological career-preserving instinct to bend to the will of the mob, which is you guys, the audience. That's who the content creators been to for the most part. My friend, whoever they may be, the one I may do 3 collaborative streams with, the one, shared inside jokes on a private Discord server, will vanish the second the audience decides that their latest take is problematic. And they won't call you, they won't ask for your side, they will quietly unfollow, remove the uncollaborative videos, and issue a vague statement about learning and growing. It happens every time. It's the same thing over and over and all. And it's like, I'm going to distance myself from certain energies. It's not malice. It's cowardice. It's the understanding that their livelihood, their digital existence is a house of cards. And your controversy is a sudden gust of wind. They will throw you overboard to keep your own ship from tanking on water. That's what happens. And they'll do it with a tear in their eye and a sponsorship deal in their inbox. Happens every time. Happened with Ludwig and Mango. Happens every single time. All the time. I didn't know he was like this. Wait a second, we got to kick him out the server. We got to kick him out the Minecraft home we got together. And the most maddening part of this whole charade is that we, the audience, are living in a perpetual state of guesswork because I'm the audience, you're the audience, and you're also my audience. It's the whole thing. We have no idea who actually hates who. You know, I have been in private Discord servers now where I've witnessed two people who I know have had public issues in public and they are talking to each other. They're having a conversation. That's what's going on. I remember, and I think about this a lot, when James Charles and Jay Schlatt were in a Discord call together and they were just talking to each other and it was an Among Us. And this was after the controversy and the whole thing. It was interesting. It was interesting to witness. It was strange because people were saying, well, wait a second. Isn't James Charles canceled? Why is Jay Schlatt? But nobody cares because it's the personas they have. We don't know if that fiery, dramatic feud is genuine animosity or the most brilliantly staged piece of interactive theater ever devised to drive engagement for both parties. We don't know. We don't know if that heartfelt reunion after a year of silence is two friends reconciling or two CEOs merging their brands. The line between human emotion and content strategy has been so thoroughly erased that it's impossible to know what's real. We are all just watching a reality show where the actors are also the writers and the producers, and the only thing that is real is basically their ad revenue. That's it. And to me, this is creating this suffocating paradox. Despite public backlash, someone has to be friends with the canceled, right? Someone has to. Someone has to be actual friend. You can't just not have friends, right? You gotta have somebody to talk to, whether it be a brother, a sister, a father, a mother, somebody, some random guy at the bar. Somebody has to talk to you. It's never. It was never the friendship of old either. It's the quiet back channel. I'll still talk to you in the DMs, but never in public. Because I'm sure if Ludwig probably still talks to Mango, I'm sure they still have conversations. That's the kind of friendship they have. I can confirm that Mango still talks to Ludwig because he said it on stream. They still talk. It's a secret handshake in a digital world that demands these public executions. You become a social leper. And the only people who will risk association are those who are either too big to fail or too small to be noticed. You know what I realized? You probably don't know what the word leper is. Leper, leper. I know you probably don't know what it is. It's when you have the pus and your skin's falling off. That's a leper. I feel like you don't know what that. I feel like that's a big word for a lot of people. I feel like I use a lot of big words sometimes. Anyways, I think it's strange. I think it's odd because these controversies, when they happen, people just go crazy. People go crazy over people. It's dumb. It's really dumb. And this leads me to the core of my own personal ache. And I gotta talk about this because I might as well. My real friends, the ones who knew me before the camera, before all this big stuff, before I reached 1 million total followers on all platforms, 200,000 on YouTube, before I reached it, and even next year if I reach a bigger plateau, the ones who don't care about my subscriber count or my latest viral tweet, they have real lives. You know what I mean? They have 9-to-5 jobs. They have schedules, responsibilities, a world that exists offline. And I have that as well. I have a 9-to-5 job. I work at Amazon. I work at a warehouse. And the big reason why I work at the warehouse is so I can help my mom with taking care of my little autistic brother. I have a little autistic brother. His name is Atticus. I love him. I gotta call. I love him a lot. He's a cool guy. And I want to make sure he gets schooling because his schooling costs a lot. His schooling, this is gonna sound crazy. His schooling is like 32,000, and that in combination with a bunch of other things is really nuts. And I'm in the deep grind editing at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. They are in meetings, right? When I'm feeling the existential dread of a video flopping, they're clocking out and going to the bar, right? While I work, they're working. And when I get off work, I'm making videos. I'm alone. And I can only have content creator friends. physically, mentally, spiritually alone in this room all day, essentially, when I get off work outside of doing this. This is a very lonely endeavor. I'm screaming into the lens while the people who truly understand me are living in a parallel universe I can only visit during evenings and weekends. That's pretty much it. That's all I can do. You know what's crazy about this whole thing? Nobody else is here. Like, right? I'm just talking alone in a room. This is a very horrifying skill to have. I do this all day, regardless if the camera's on or off. I just talk. I narrate when I'm typing. I narrate when I'm playing video games by myself. That's how I work as a human being. And the cruelest twist, and that even knowing that I go back to my own day job in November, right? I'm off for the entire month of October. I took it off for Ghost of Yote. Great game, by the way. I beat it. The chasm will remain in my chest regardless. I'll be making content before work, after work, on weekends. My creative hustle will still be a solitary confinement. My work friends at the office or at DoorDash or at McDonald's or at Waffle House, they won't get it. They'll ask, how's the YouTube thing? I don't watch your videos. I don't watch your stuff, but how's the YouTube gig going? Great. I'm doing good. Doing fantastic. Doing great. They have a polite, glazed over look in their eyes. They don't understand the specific pain of a hate raid that I may get, or the anxiety of an algorithm change, the unique humiliation of pouring your soul into a project that the internet ignores. So I'll smile and say it's going okay, and then go back to feeling utterly, profoundly separate from what they are. And this is interesting because I experienced both pains. I experienced the pain of working until my body gets destroyed, a 10-hour shift at Amazon, 4 days a week and 3 days off. And then sometimes 5 days a week, depending on what that extra 10 hours of overtime. And then I come back here and I make videos. This is my entire existence. So where does that leave me? Where does that leave any of us? With the chilling realization that the only viable option for companionship for people who get it are other content creators. The very people whose friendships are built on the most unstable, mercenary foundation imaginable. We are forced to seek solace in the arms of those who are most likely going to betray us. Like, I kid you not, most content creators are going to betray each other just for audience retention. Building a personal support network from the same material we use to build our brands, it's strange. It's a desperate bargain. You will be my friend and I'll be yours. We'll do a podcast. We'll signal boost each other's work. We'll form a collective. But we both know the terms and conditions. We both know that this friendship is a subsidiary of our own personal LLC, and if the parent company starts to fail, the subsidiary will be dissolved. That's what's going to happen. We are emotionally outsourcing to our direct competitors. It's strange. And so, with Valkyrie and Asmongold and Lily Pichu and Pokimane and Hasan and Moist Critical and Ludwig and Mango, they're playing the game. We all play the game. Performing friendship for the public. It's strange. And cultivating these private alliances that we can't fully trust. It's very disrespectful. And trying to ignore the gnawing loneliness that comes from knowing that in this entire digital metropolis that we help build, this beautiful network of all this stuff, there might not be a single person who would answer the phone at 3 a.m. just to hear us cry. Might not be one. And then if they do, they're gonna check if our crisis is trending. If I answer this phone call, will this backlash against me? We are the kings and queens of our own tiny, glittering, desolate kingdoms, waving to each other from our isolated thrones, forever connected by a network of bridges that we know in our hearts are built to burn. This whole situation is stupid, by the way. Sorry about that. I had to get that off my chest. But yeah, the Hasan drama is a little crazy, isn't it? Yeah, have a good day. Bye. You guys love drama. Never mind. It doesn't really matter. You guys don't care about this rant. Bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyal slow. Happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. I love the ride when you're free.